No Nintendo console has ever received as many games as the Nintendo Switch. Yet there were also some titles that were supposed to be released on the Switch, but unfortunately never found their way onto Nintendo's hybrid console for various reasons and were cancelled. Today we want to introduce you to 5 of these games. Evil Dead, the game. Saber Interactive had some great ports for the Nintendo Switch, to mention just one of many with The Witcher 3. Accordingly, horror fans were looking forward to the conversion of Evil Dead the game with great anticipation. Originally released for Windows, PlayStation and Xbox platforms in 2022, the Switch version was set to follow but got cancelled in September 2023 alongside future content updates. The restructuring program of Embracer Group was named a possible reason by the press. Deliver Us the Moon. Originally released for Windows in 2018, versions for the Switch, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One were announced shortly after. While PS4 and Xbox versions released in April 2020, the Switch version was later cancelled in June of the same year. The developers cited a variety of reasons, including financial stress caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. The sequel, Deliver Us Mars, was then not even announced for the Switch to avoid disappointing Nintendo fans again.
The brightest.
Marvel's Midnight Suns. Announced in 2021, versions for PlayStation and Xbox platforms released across 2022 and 2023, while the Switch version was announced as no longer planned in May 2023. While no official reason was given, poor sales on other platforms and difficulty porting it to the Switch's hardware were noted as likely reasons. As a big Marvel fan, the cancellation of Marvel Midnight Suns was particularly painful. Although unlikely, I still hope for a port on Nintendo's next console.
There, my sweet child.
Pillars of Eternity 2: Deadfire. The Switch has always been behind the competition in terms of performance. This gap has only widened in recent years and naturally makes Switch conversions of some games more difficult. Unfortunately, Pillars of Eternity 2 also suffered this fate, even though the first game was released for the Switch. Released for PC platforms in 2018, with console versions to follow, the Switch version didn't launch alongside the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions in 2020. And in 2022, it was officially cancelled, with developers citing difficulties in getting the game running on Switch hardware. Steep. Steep was one of the first third-party games announced for the Switch a few months prior to launch. It was later cancelled in August 2018 in favor of providing live service content to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions instead. Steep was the game I was most looking forward to next to Nintendo's heavy hitters after Ubisoft announced it at the big Switch reveal event in January 2017. So I was accordingly disappointed after it became clear that I would never be able to play it on the Switch. Unfortunately, there are even more games that were announced for the Nintendo Switch but never went on sale. Which cancelled game do you mourn the most? Let us know in the comments.